Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm gonna do a review of a movie that I saw, which was Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. So I saw this a couple of days ago with a couple of friends of mine, and they were D&D nerds, so they wanted to see this on opening week. So it's actually been it has been a couple of days. So we saw it, got to see it. Took some time, really wanted to kind of seek my mind and really feel how I felt about the movie, and I thought it was alright. I thought the movie was alright. I had a great band of characters, from Chris Pine's character all the way up to the evil villain, which I'm not spoiling, but it was a really interesting movie and interesting sit through. It was one of those cases where I definitely didn't know anything about Dungeons & Dragons. I am what you call the normie in this situation. So, basically, the story of this movie, more or less starts with Chris Pine's character, and I forgot his name. Hold on. Edgin. Chris Pine's character, Edgin, basically going to get back to see his daughter, and they want to, basically... There's an adventure that ensues, and all this different stuff, all this wacky stuff. My biggest worry was the same worry I had when Dungeons & Dragons, the first one, came out in 2000. Was like, oh God, are we going to mess this up? And surprisingly, no. Surprisingly, this movie was very, I would say, very interesting how they handled a lot of the characters and a lot of the aspects in this. Definitely, say that a lot of the things I want to knock out of the positives. I liked that they used a lot of more practical effects in this, because I'm kind of getting CGI tired out. So to see a lot more practical effects, to see a lot more things that were actually made and you actually could see them, was kind of interesting, to say the least, because we hardly see that anymore, and especially in an MCU phase world. So that was definitely fun. I liked some of the story, and I liked the interaction between the characters. Felt very much like what you would see how, your friends pal around and playing Dungeons and Dragons. Like I said, I've seen people play it. I have never actually played it myself, so I couldn't tell you how anything would go. So this, once again, is going from a norming perspective. I think dying. I think one of the biggest things I would really say that this movie really had a strength in was that this was definitely different. This is definitely a different type of movie in this age. Once again, in the age of the superhero. So it was really nice to see something like this. Chris Pine's bar, from Michelle Rodriguez, I think Olga, that's her name. Is it Olga? Olga, I got it. Playing the barbarian, and I like the dynamics of all these characters. There's one actor that I don't really care for, is Justice Smith, but to get to see him in this was like, I like him in this. I really did like him in this. I was a little worried about him. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, is he gonna be okay? Is he not gonna be okay? We'll see. And actually, we saw, and it was actually really good. So I definitely liked some of the comedy in this. One being the Paladin. The Paladin was probably very funny to me. Just he was very, straightforward to the point, and he never really did anything outlandish or anything along those lines. He was always perfect. There was this one bit that he's walking away from the group, and they're watching him, and there's this big boulder in front of him, and he's just walking, and Egan is like, oh, well, he's probably just gonna, yep, he's not even stepping around it, just straight past, straight and narrow. And I was like, okay, I like that. I liked some of the fight scenes in this. And I think this overall, once again, for a normie audience, I think this is a great movie. For a normie audience, I think you either have two sides to this. So, and let me explain that. So those are my positives. My negatives, a lot of the jokes didn't hit for me. Why I did like some of the comedy in this, a lot of it just kind of felt like, really? Okay, all right. Sure. And then some of the plot contrivances that would happen in the movie where I was just like, really? Okay, I guess that's what we're gonna run with. Sure, why? Fine, why not? I definitely would say that if you being a normie walking into this, you can go one of two ways. Either you're gonna enjoy this movie, or you're going to hate this movie. I came out in the middle where I thought it was all right. And after we watched the movie, my D&D friends, they were geeking out at all the Easter eggs and lore and references. They were geeking out hardcore. As for me, I was like, oh, yeah, I thought it was all right. And the best way I really could put it, it's like the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. Like Sonic the Hedgehog, if you're a normie into Sonic the Hedgehog, you're either gonna like it or you're gonna hate it. But as a fan, you're gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe they did that. Oh my god, I can't believe they made that reference. Oh my god, I can't believe they did this or they did this. And that's how I feel with Sonic the Hedgehog. I 100% admit those movies are not like masterpieces by any means, but they are fun movies. And that's what one of the biggest takeaway from this movie is fun. It is really fun, but it just really depends on your mindset. From what I'm gathering from most of the D&D community, it seems like a lot of them are giving the thumbs up. I've seen a couple of negative reviews from some people that play D&D. I completely understand why. But yeah, I thought it was a fun movie. It wasn't anything too crazy. It wasn't like the next big event. And in a way, I kind of want to see what they were going to do if they are going to make a sequel to this. I kind of want to see what they're going to do with it. I kind of want to see if they're going to go any further and expand the world and expand the lore that this band of people are in. Like I said, there were some parts where I just felt the comedy was really forced. And that's the biggest thing about this. This is not an action movie. This is a comedy. So the comedy is really there in your face. I thought it was kind of cool that they did some tributes, especially to the 80s cartoon. If you've ever watched the Dungeons & Dragons 80s cartoon, they make a reference to that. I think everybody has seen that in the trailer at least. The characters... once again, the chemistry between everyone was amazing. I think one of my favorite jokes was talking about Jonathan. You'll know it immediately when you see it. I definitely recommend checking this movie out. I don't think this is a bad movie by any means. I don't think this is like horrible movie. I think this is a movie that you go and you have fun and then you walk out. Either you liked it or you don't. I really have seen very much more in the positive than I have seen in the negative, where I'm just going to say, I think it's all right. So with that being said, I give this movie a solid C+ in my book, because once again, I am not the D&D guy. Maybe somebody else was going to be like, how dare you give this a C+? I'm sorry, okay? I'm not the guy you want to talk about this. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. My name is Vaderfly. I am the cosplay channel. Kinda. Sorta. I like to talk about many different things. But let's have fun, and I hope to see you around. Alright, bye-bye.